Joshua 12. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is a very jealous El. He is the Elohim. He is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. And his son Yehoshua died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. Yah, I say Yah, but his name is Yahweh. I just say Yah for short. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And the letter J is about 600 years old, and Yehoshua in English is Joshua. Give me a second. Go on. I know you want out. Come on. Scoot. Pick a side. Yeah, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay. Joshua 12. And these are the sovereigns of the land whom the children of Israel struck, and whose land they possessed beyond the Jordan towards the sun rising, from the Wadi Arnon, so W-A-D-I, and then Arnon is A-R-N-O-N, to Mount Hermon, and all the desert plain eastward, Sihon, sovereign of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, ruling from Arori, A-R-O apostrophe E with a half a check mark R, which is on the bank of the Wadi Arnon, from the middle of that wadi and half Gilad, even as far as the Wadi Yabok, Y-A-B-B-O-Q, the border of the children of Ammon, A-M-M-O-N, and the desert plain from the sea of Kinneroth eastward as far as the sea of the Araba, the salt sea, the way of Beth Yeshimoth, B-E with a half a check mark, Y-T-H, and then Yeshimoth, Y-E-S-H-I-M-O-T-H, and southward below the slopes of Pisgah, P-I-S-G-A-H, and the border of Og, O-G with the line on top of it, sovereign of Bashan, who was in the remnant of the Raphaites, who dwelt at Ashtaroth at the Edrei, E-D with a line underneath of it, R-E apostrophe I, and ruled in Mount Hermon and in Salka, S-A-L-K with a line underneath of it, A-H, and in all Bashan as far as the border of the Gusherites and the Maccathites, and the half of Gilad as far as the border of Sihon, sovereign of Heshbon, Moshe the servant of Yah and the children of Israel had stricken them, and Moshe the servant of Yah had given it as a possession to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to half the tribe of Manasseh. And these are the sovereigns of the land which Yehoshua and the children of Israel struck beyond the Jordan on the west, from Baalgad in the valley of Lebanon as far as Mount Halak, that goes up to Seir, which Yehoshua gave to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their divisions, in the mountain in the mountain country, and in the low country, and in the desert plain, and in the slopes, and in the wilderness, and in the south the Hittites and the Amorites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, the sovereign of Jericho, one, the sovereign of A, which is based in Bethel, one, the sovereign of Jerusalem, one, the sovereign of Hebron, one, the sovereign of Armath, one, the sovereign of Lachish, one, the sovereign of Elgon, one, the sovereign of Gezer, one, the sovereign of Deber, one, the sovereign of Geder, one, the sovereign of Hormah, one, the sovereign of Arad, one, the sovereign of Libnah, one, the sovereign of Adullam, one, the sovereign of Makkedah, one, the sovereign of Bethel, one, the sovereign of Tapua, one, the sovereign of Hefer, one, the sovereign of Ephek, one, the sovereign of Sharon, one, the sovereign of Madden, one, the sovereign of Hatzor, one, the sovereign of Shimron, Meron, one, the sovereign of Akshaph, 1. The sovereign of Tanakh, 1. The sovereign of Megiddo, 1. The sovereign of Qadesh, 1. The sovereign of Yokneam. I'm going to go through all the names and spell them out anyways, but the sovereign of Yokneam in Carmel, 1. The sovereign of Dor in the heights of Dor, 1. The sovereign of the nations of Gilgal, 1. The sovereign of Titzar, 1. 31 sovereigns in all. So Yarmuth is Yarmuth. Lachish, Lak with a line underneath of it, Ish. Hebron is H with a dot, EB with a line underneath of it, RON. Eglon, EG with a line on top of it, LON. Gezer is Gezer. Deber is DEB with a line underneath of it, IR. Getter is GED with a line underneath of it, ER. Horma, H with a dot, ORMAH. Arad, ARAD with a line underneath of it. Libna is LIB with a line underneath of it, NAH. Elam, Adulam, AD with a line underneath of it, ULLAM. Maqueda is MAQQE with a half a check mark, D with a line underneath of it, AH. Bethel is BE with a half a check mark, YTH, and then L is E with a half a check mark, L. Tapua is TAPPUWAH with a dot. Heifer is H with a dot, E with a half a check mark, PHER. Afek is APHE with a half a check mark, Q. Sharon is SHARON. Madon is MAD with a line underneath of it, ON. Hatzor is H with a dot, ATSOR. Shimron, Muron is SHIMRON, and then Muron is ME with a half a check mark, RON. Akshaph is AK with a line underneath of it, SHAPH. Tanakh is TA with apostrophe ANAK with a line underneath of it. Megiddion is MEG with a line on top of it, IDDO. Qadesh is QED with a line underneath of it, ESH. Yokneam is YOQNE with apostrophe AM. Dor is DOR. Gilgad is GILGAL, and Tirzah, TIRTSAH. Some more genealogies going on.